Good afternoon. Mickey Peters back with the Upside of Authentic Leadership. Great to be with you this afternoon. What I'd like to talk about today is something that has really been an issue for me over most of my life. I feel like I've made a lot of progress in changing, but still continues to be something that I deal with in my business, in my personal life, and that is isolation. And for me, how I would define isolation is basically doing life alone. Get up in my head, worry, stress, toss and turn, but don't really reach out and talk to anybody about it. Don't get support, get feedback, input. And whenever I find myself in this situation, I know that I need to slow down, stop, reach out to a friend, which is a relatively new development for me in my life. Um, because most of my life I lived all alone. And that was something that was modeled for me growing up. I think it's a big part of our culture to reach out and admit that you don't have all the answers, don't have it all figured out, aren't in total control of all areas of your life, implies weakness. And people see that as a negative thing to be vulnerable and get help. And so for me, there were a couple of pivotal moments in my life that caused me to rethink living life alone and in isolation. The first one was an experience I had leading a business down in Lima, Peru. It was my first CEO job, and I've never really run anything before. So, as you can imagine, I went down, moved from Houston to Lima to run a power business, and was way over my head. Really didn't know what I was doing. Learned trial by fire. Very challenging, and everybody was had good direct reports, but I didn't really speak the language, so I really couldn't really communicate with them, and really felt very alone and overwhelmed. And so, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of tossing and turning, and worry and stress took a heavy toll on me personally, on my marriage. And but because of the team I had around me, the business went well, and I got promoted to run a business in Brazil, a larger business, more people, more megawatts. And as soon as I got there, I joined a peer advisory group. So right off the bat, I had a group around me that supported me and helped me to um, check in, get support around understanding the business and how to do business in Brazil and the market, the politics. But most importantly, when I was feeling overwhelmed, which happened a lot, I was able to share that with them and get the support, just get out of my head many times, just to be being able to express that to them was really powerful. And I learned the Brazilian are excellent at emotional intelligence, really are able to get vulnerable. That's sort of their superpower. And I learned a lot from that experience. And so that helped me to know and learn that I really needed that support around me. And also in my personal life, we had a group of expats that we became very close with, still, as I would call them, family to this day. But we did home church and we really did life together. So that was another source of support for me and for my family. We were down in Brazil. And so, again, really learned a better way to do life. That was with others, with community. So the second key moment was about a year ago, a little less than a year ago. I had a quadruple bypass and was really quite surprised that I had landed on that operating table and that my heart was essentially blocked. It was above 90%, the average uh, of the blockages, and actually had seven blockages. And so after recovering from the surgery, I started doing a little research, trying to figure out what happened. How did I get on that operating table? And basically, one of my conclusions was that one of the key uh, ingredients to get me to that operating table was isolation. Once again, that's one of the leading causes of heart disease. Basically, the stress and anxiety, as everybody knows, but not only having that stress and anxiety, but not sharing that with others, not getting support and comfort from those around you. And so what I learned there was that I really needed to but that support that I had around me, because this time, because of what I learned in Brazil, have support, have groups that I'm a part of, be more vulnerable, be more proactive in terms of reaching out and asking for help, telling them more specifically what is bothering me, what am I afraid of, what am I anxious about, a project, a deal, an issue at home with one of the kids, something between my wife and I, and getting that specific support back to the degree that I need it, so that I learn how to verbalize those things in a better level. And so I've really been working on that more and more, hopefully getting better at that. So I don't want to end up back on that operating table for sure. But so one of the latest versions of my group that I belong to and actually lead is my Vistage group. And it's been really great to build the group and see the group connect and build that chemistry, safety that allows for sharing and folks to get real, to see the willingness to share challenges and issues that the members are facing, and then to hear the other members respond and provide the input, provide suggestions, support to one another, and then the follow up to see how it's made a difference, how it's helped them, and you see the actual physical relief when progress is made on an issue that's important for the business. So I really would love to hear your thoughts on that, either lessons that you've learned in your life about having the support you need around you and learning how to reach out and get help when you need it, getting over those cultural barriers that we have, many of us have, to being vulnerable and calling someone and saying, "Hey, I need a few minutes of your time. Can you meet me for coffee? I need to talk to you about something." And so, yeah, I look forward to hearing comments and feedback from you all, and hope you have a good day. Thanks, Mickey, the upside of authentic leadership.